densities now? Because it wasn't it 94 that there was a 12th density that appeared?
Yes, that's exactly right. In our linear time, 1994 is when a 12th density began to appear to connect to us to third density.
Right. And what did that change?
Yes. Well, we're seeing the changes now. We're seeing the changes, at least here, we're seeing the changes. The perspective of the galaxy, of the universe, of all that is, I should say, is dramatically changing in other dimensions, because there are life forms in the 11th density, the 12th density, that have the ability to look down through all the dimensions. Now, apparently they're not creator, all right? I don't know what you would call them. They're not gods in training. Do we call them angels? I don't know what we call them. And everybody else is...
It's just another density.
Yes, but what they know is that they're completely different than anything we've ever known. Not only in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, and 10th, and 11th, they're completely different. But what they're doing is they are unifying all the dimensions for a specific reason. There is a God, what's the word I'm looking for?
You lost the last.
There is an interconnectedness.
Okay. Yeah.
There is an interconnectedness that's being created by these beings on a, what we would call a spiritual level, harmonic level, that our universe, our holograph, which contains all of the universe that we know, has never had before.
Wow.
Now, the immediate result that we're seeing here in third density is what Art Bell used to call was the quickening, the awakening of humanity, the awakening of our DNA, the transformation of how we see ourselves and our connectedness to all that is. Another example of that. There are many kids and many human beings that have had near-death experiences. When they come back into their bodies, many of them have a third strand of DNA. Some have 4. There's a gentleman in New Zealand who was dead almost 3 hours. When he came back, he had 6 strands of DNA.
Whoa.
That were turned on.
What do you think is happening there?
Hold on just one second.
Sorry,
okay, go ahead.
Okay. What was your question, Steve?
What do you think is happening there? They're connecting to these other holographs, and they're reclaiming their DNA, or they're becoming their frequencies changing. What's happening?
We call this. In New Age circles, it's fancied about that we're awakening.
Okay.
Okay. The actual truth is, we're beginning to remember who we really are. That's what it is. Okay. If each one of us already has these multi-dimensional templates inside of us, they just didn't come with third density. Okay. That wasn't an option if you bought the sports model. Okay. You got these multi-dimensional upgrades. That isn't how it works. That can only come with the soul as it travels through different dimensions into different physicalities.
Right. So
that's the only way this works. So where we are now is that the frequencies are changing so dramatically that humanity is beginning to remember that we are, in fact, multidimensional souls that got trapped in a physical dimension by being tricked and manipulated.
So the original blueprint is being regained, in short.
Yes, and it's also being upgraded because we have this 12th dimension.